Birkie fever, got me eager as a fever, got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer, just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Now winter's coming to a close and the time is almost here. I'm trying to pick up all my pace as I pack up all my gear. Heading for the North Woods and that Birkie Trail. Tell them Marco Bust, it's a madman's lust, but I'll make it without fail. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver, got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer, just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. That fateful morning has arrived. You're standing at the starting line. Get her trained enough, is this gonna be tough, or have I lost my mind? If it's your first year or your 10th year, it always starts the same. You wonder if the pleasure's worth all of the pain. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver, got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer, just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Double O a few minutes ago, a little tired but I'm feeling fine. Once I get past Rosie's Field, it's a cruise to the finish line. I'm only sorry that this race is run but once a year. Thank the Lord for snow, now I gotta go, last one in buys a beer. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver, got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie true believer, just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go.
Was a little Norwegian prince across the mountains and through the trees. They carried that baby on wooden skis, Civil War running wild. So the Birkie saved that child. For 55 kilometers at a perilous pace, they won the first Birkie race. Feeling good, feeling fast. Tell all my friends that I did it by myself, doing the Birkie ride. In Norway and Wisconsin, the race goes on. From Hayward to Telemark, they'll sing this song about the best in the world, about you and me, doing the Birkie ride. Thousands of skiers and a marching band, they'll line the streets, they'll give us a hand. From around the world, they've come to see me do the Birkie ride. Feeling fast. When I get to the end, gonna tell all my friends that I did it by myself. Doing the Birkie rag. Across the Namacoggin, what a sight we'll make as we glide on over the Hayward Lake. Then it's double fold, make tracks, get up and go to Quarterlop and finish at Double O. A long, hard climb up the Fire Tower Hills. Test our wax, it'll test our wills. And when across that line, they're gonna cheer for me. Doing the Birkie rag. Feeling good. Feeling fast. When I get to the end, gonna tell all my friends that I did it by myself. Do the Birkie rag. Feeling good. Feeling fast. When I get to the end, gonna tell all my friends that I did it by myself. Do the Birkie rag. Do the Birkie rag. Do the Birkie rag. Do the Birkie rag.
She signed up for the Birkie. She's been telling me all year long. Poles and boots and kick wax. The list goes on and on. Over 50K of skiing. That's why she's gotta train so hard. The course is lined with cheering fans while she's out there going strong. One, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Princess got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 10K in at 9 a.m. Damn, another hill again. Skiing with 10,000 friends. Higher, higher. Finish line is now in sight. Got that burning in my thighs. Ice and lashes of my eyes. Good lord. Here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher. Good lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Princess got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Done. Finished year 2, year 3, year 4. Wanna be a birch legger, gotta ski 20 more. Time to celebrate before I get sore. Higher, higher, good lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Princess got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 1, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Princess got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Birkie Podcast. Well, it's Birkie 51 and the live cast. It's Birkie Week.
It's Birkie Week. Can you believe it? Already it's here. It's Monday, February 17th. So this, as promised, is our last update of big Birkie week happenings and course updates and everything that's going on this week.
Yeah, and I think there's been a lot of unknowns if we gone from course to weather and the like. So hopefully we can go through some of that tonight. Actually, weather is really starting to trend in a good condition, similar to the snow over these last weeks to help make that all work out. But Birkie week is here. The International Bridge is up. There's snow on it. You can actually make it into downtown Hayward right now, 100 meters of fame.
Well, if you walked on the street.
Fair enough. Okay.
We're close to it.
No, just a little bit. I think, again, the conditions were certainly a big question leading into tonight and or certainly this whole last couple weeks. But as a whole, they're really coming along nicely. Eric and the crew has done a lot of really good work. And I think, some of those questions south of 00 that we weren't sure about really been bolstered as we've had time to put some snow on them, shovel on them, and some of those things, as well as these really, really cold temperatures. So,
so we're going to show a video right now of what
So here it is. We went today. We just were out. This is Mosquito Brook, and as you can tell, it was quite rough, but it's coming along. We shoveled a bunch, and
we're supposed to get 0.2 of an inch this week, so it should be great.
All right, so maybe it's not that bad.
Yes.
That was actually a race this last week, and so I promise you it will be better than that. But look you can race on this. So this is some video from just south of 00.
On Saturday,
yeah,
this was taken.
It really, as you can tell, really good coverage. The coverage is good. Lots of people out skiing, which is going to only help compact it more and more. Certainly the snow, we've gotten about 13 inches total over these last couple storms. And as you can see, the preparations are coming along to continue to till it and trying to make it firmer and firmer and firmer. And I really think that having skied on it yesterday, that it is really, really starting to compact. They're taking the new snow, integrating into the base, and ultimately, for sure, there's going to be some dirty spots. There's going to be a stick here and there. There's going to be a rock here and there. But as a whole, I think the conditions are going to be really quite good. And certainly, if you want to use your B skis, if you're worried about anything, if skiing on artificial machine-made snow is really sort of your norm, and that's what you expect, use B skis. But if normal skiing on natural snow, when you encounter things here and there, that's going to happen, then I think certainly go with your skis.
The snow has been really dry, really light. So we do have pretty good coverage right now, but there's just not a lot of moisture in that snow.
Yeah.
So.
And we'll continue to monitor it as we go through Wednesday and then through Friday into Saturday. But at the end of the day, each one of those couple areas that we know are going to be the most susceptible, we'll keep eyes on, and certainly pretty confident the conditions are going to be quite good.
And the temperatures are favoring us. We have cold temperatures right now. We will not get above freezing between now and Saturday, so we won't lose any snow. For sure. Details.
Look at that. That's exciting. That's the International Bridge going up today. Trussworks. It was really quite chilly this morning, but they were out there at 6 a.m. getting the snow down, and then the crew, Kira and Eric and TJ, got the snow down with our public works friends here in Hayward, and you now have a bridge to ski over into downtown. So that means it's official. There's no turning back now. Birkie week is rolling.
The train has left the station. We have lots of different venues already set up and getting ready for you. The celebration zone is coming together, the recovery zone where you're going to find baggage, your changing tent, and your soup tent. That's all put together now. So the crew's been working really hard the last few days to make all of this come to life. And we are getting ready for some of you to arrive tomorrow, Tuesday, from 4 to 7 for open track bid pickup. Which brings us to open track. We know that Wednesday, the temperatures have been looking really, really cold. We're well aware of that. This popular skiing rules say the race for popular skiers has to be above -25°C or -13 Fahrenheit. And we look like we are going to be well within those ranges right now. However, we do know that for volunteers and for a lot of you doing open track, which is more of a touring event, we want you to be able to take your time. We know the volunteers are going to have a long day out there, so we are going to delay the start of the open track on Wednesday for the American Birkebeiner. So only for the American Birkebeiner start. It was from 8 to 9 a.m. It will now be from 9 to 10 a.m. The Cordelope start from 11 to 11:45, and the Prince Hoken start from 11 to 11:30 will remain the same. And the cutoff time at 5 p.m. will also remain the same.
So you still have 8 hours to do it if you
8
want to
hours.
start at 9. And, really the temperatures are actually starting to look quite, they're improving and warming up and, above zero now at those start times. And it was interesting. I had a chance to look back at some of the historical data. Do you know that in 95, it was minus 22 below at the start?
Yeah, that's
at
a really
the start.
cold one.
That was a cold one. 2011, it was minus 12, minus 10 at 2014. So there's been some really cold ones, but I think that's the nature of this beast, so to speak. But I think as a whole community, I think there's a lot of safeguards put in place. Dress well, but also know that there's a lot of support network out there, from ski patrol to the aid stations, especially on Wednesday. They're not timed. Take your time. If you get to an aid station and really cold, pop your skis off and head into one of those amazing aid station buildings and warm up.
Your time does not count for wave placement moving forward for the open track. So take that little extra time that you need to ensure that you are eating enough, drinking enough, that you're staying warm. If you need to go into the aid station, it will be warm. There'll be medical people there. There'll also be aid station volunteers there. They'll make sure that you get something warm to drink and some food while you're there. But make sure you also dress appropriately. This is not a race, so you don't have to wear your Lycra. You can, but put a warm up underneath it.
Looking good is important.
It is good to look good.
Now, I think that's really, though, a really good point. To make sure layer well, because it's easy. You start to get warm, take it off, tie it around your waist, and keep on rolling. So at the end of the day, I think those layers, as many of you know, you've done this many, many times. Although some of you, and just a little bit of a plug for certainly the ski shops and the like in the region, they're amazing. Visit them and ask questions. You still have time. Tomorrow is only Tuesday. This isn't until Wednesday, so definitely get there. Make sure if you have any questions, they're really, really, really good at all the gear that's required, and certainly reach out and ask them because they can help steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, because you want plenty of layers. You want to have your face covered, your skin covered, either with something cloth or with warm skin or face tape or Vaseline or something, and make sure you have some eye protection too. That's one that people often forget, and that can be very important on those downhills. The Wednesday morning bid pickup will also be delayed an hour, so that will now be from 7:30 to 10 a.m. And all of these details will be on the updates page on our website soon.
And I think that also is a good point of the app. If you haven't downloaded it, do it now. The Birkie app is where all of this information is getting pushed. I've seen a few push notifications come through my phone already of stuff that Sean and the team has put up. So get the app downloaded. It not only has all of the race guide and the like in it, but as these updates come, they're pushed there and you can get them. It's
right.
Hey, we're cutting edge up here in the Northwoods.
Exactly. And that's also where you will be tracking participants. So the app this year has lots of different features in it, and I think it's going to be a really great thing moving forward. But that's where you're going to check out leaderboards. You're going to be able to find out where your participants are on course. So check it out, download it now before you get to Hayward, because we're in the Northwoods, and we all know that cell service can be a little spotty up here.
Absolutely.
You can also get our participant guide, download that on the either in the app or download it on the website right now. You will not be getting a paper copy at the expo this year, so make sure you look at that before you come up here.
And of course, the podcast, which now is in episode 2, which is kind of fun because you're driving to the Northwoods. A bunch of this information and updates will be a part of it, but also if you're going to be in the car for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, throw it on. It's a good way to pass some time.
And also a little way to get some Birkie fever is to check out the Birkie songs list on Spotify. Also check this out on the app. There's a brand new song out. It's really, really great. And we think it's going to get you excited for whatever event you're doing this week.
Huge thank you to all of the volunteers. As we often talk about, over 3,000 shifts this week. It's not possible without that support and help, but we still need help. It's a huge lift. And so if you're coming up and you're looking for something to do, it's a great way to interface with the event if you're not participating. And if you are participating, you're skiing on Wednesday, but you're staying, help on Friday or come help with the kids or, things like parking. We always need help with parking. It's just so important because you know what it feels like when you get delayed to the start line because you're in a long line. Well, having some help and support in things like parking make a huge difference. So please look at, I know that we need help at the cable lot on Saturday. I know we need help on Friday. Some of those things are really important. So
Yeah, and there's plenty of indoor and outdoor shifts. So take a look at what is still available and see what you and hopefully some family members can maybe do together. It's a great way to see things from the other side.
And the last plug about volunteers, also remember that if you have a group or know of a group that wants to raise a little bit of money, nonprofit group, we actually can help support their fundraisers as part of bringing a group. I know the Spooner team has done it many years as an example. Their ski team runs a bunch of the baggage pickup at the end, and they raise a bunch of money for their team. And so Peak Nordic, I think, has been at Mosquito Brook maybe a few times. So those are just great examples. If you know a group that's looking to raise a little money, this is an awesome way to do it. So reach out, talk to Jane. She's amazing. Our volunteer coordinator can help place you where you might, if you have a group.
And don't forget on Thursday, all of our fun events on Thursday, the Barca Birkie, the Barna Birkie, the Junior Birkie, the Para Birkie, and the Giant Ski, all on Main Street on Thursday. Register for those events now. You can only register online, so make sure you do that before you get to bid pickup, and you can find out all the details for these events online at Birkie.com.
You know, and one of the other big fun ones on Thursday night is the Birkie Bash. Great way to get excited. The fever and the energy of nearly 400 people. Great pasta feed over at the steakhouse. Certainly one of our largest fundraisers, but also more than that, live music and the camaraderie, the excitement of getting ready to go ski a really long way or a really short way, depending on what it is you might be doing, from the, Cortalopa to the Prince Oken to the Para Birkie to the etc. So definitely come check out the Bash at Steakhouse. It's a great way to support the organization, but also really connect with a lot of members of the Birkie community.
Yeah, and don't forget about premium parking. If you would like a parking spot at the start, those are for sale on our website still. So if that makes it more convenient for you on Saturday morning or Friday morning, check out the website now to learn more about parking.
And one last event I want to just definitely mention is the World Lopet Breakfast, which is Friday morning. The fun part about that, if you're skiing the Cortalopa, is that we actually have a bus that goes directly from breakfast to the Cortalopa start. No waiting in lines, no going to park. You get to ski back to town where your car is. So Ernie St. Germain's going to be there. He's always great to tell stories. Paul from Estonia will be here. So the World Lopet Breakfast is at Flat Creek Eatery. Coffee at 7, breakfast at 8, $15, $20 if you don't have a passport. And then, like I said, if you're doing the Cordy Friday, it's actually a super slick way to get there because we have a bus that goes directly there.
All right. So check out Birkie.com/51 for all of the updates. We will also be giving a little course condition and video update every day this week at 7 p.m. So tune into that if you want to know what the race is going to be like for you the next day.
The other thing, just as a reminder, the course right now, the American Birkebeiner Ski Trail, both Birkie and Classic Trails, is closed. We have a lot of work going on, from grooming to moving snow to preparation and setup of the different venues, aid station stuff. So there's a lot of great skiing in the area. If you do want to ski, Mount Telemark Village, launch from the hub. There's snowmaking trails there, as well as a bunch of natural snow trails that are really, really nice. Certainly ski at the Sealy, that's a tongue twister. Sealy ski trails are good. The hospital trails, North End and Cable, hospital trails here in Hayward. So a huge variety of trails to ski on when you're in the area. But if you can stay off the Birkie Trail, it just helps us. It's safer, helps with the preparations, and would be greatly appreciated.
All right, now we'll take a few questions. We'll see would there be tracks on Lake Hayward?
Yeah, actually, the snow on Lake Hayward's quite good. They plowed a fair amount of it. I think I would say there's probably a foot of base that Rich plowed and groomed up, and so yeah, I don't think there should be any problem. I haven't confirmed with Eric. We talked just a bit ago, but there will be a spot south of Gravel Pit intermittently where there won't be tracks under big pine tree areas or certain areas that just have snow interception. So there will be intermittent places where we pull tracks just because we know that it's thin. But as a whole, we will have tracks in many places, if not most, and including Lake Hayward. And then certainly south of Highway 77, as it continues to get thinner, it'll get less and less. But we may have to pull them in different areas. But as a whole, I think we should be able to set tracks pretty effectively. We will, and as Christy mentioned, I highly recommend tuning into the information session the night before, because there's a good chance when we set tracks on Wednesday For the open track, we won't reset the classic tracks north of 00 because there's really a small group of people that are doing the open track classic. Once we set them, they're going to get really hard, and those skiers won't really affect their quality. So we'll assess it after the open track, and there's a chance we won't reset the classic tracks north of 00. But again, tune in for that, and we'll know more as it gets closer.
And that does mean that there will be tracks through most of the trail. Just when it gets a little too thin, that we'd rather you not have tracks than be skiing on grass. But most of the trail will have classic tracks on it for all of the events. For the open track, are there any buses back to the start at Birkie Trailhead? No, there are no buses back to the start after your finish. You will park in town at the spectator lot on Highway B. You can take a bus there to the start, and then you'll get a smaller bus from the celebration or recovery zone back to the spectator lot at the end. So no buses back to the start. And just a reminder, for the open track, you can either take a bus from the spectator lot in downtown Hayward, or you can drive to the start and park there yourself, but there will not be a bus back to the start, or you can get dropped off. The only difference is for Prince Hoken, you have to take the bus there. There is no parking or drop off at the Prince Hoken. Are there mother's lactation spaces at the Cordy and Birkie starts? Yes, there are mother's tents in all of the spaces. They will have power in them and privacy walls. And then there will also be one at the changing tent at the finish. Will there be a camera for the finish?
Yes, there is. If you go to the Birkie website, there are live cameras that are up throughout the days, and then also the live stream that will, of course, be happening through the events. So there will be live coverage.
Will the bus to the start be delayed for open track Birkie? Yes, it will be delayed 1 hour. You'll see that time change on the website soon. So Wednesday morning, the open track American Birkebeiner bus will be delayed 1 hour, not the Cordelope or the Prince Hoken bus. And bid pickup will also be delayed 1 hour on Wednesday.
So everything for the American Birkebeiner part of open track is 1 hour back. Everything else stays exactly the same. So whether it's buses, registration, or bid pickup, etc., all one back.
Okay, and I know, there were just a couple more questions earlier today about busing. Check out the participant guide for all of the busing from when you're in town on Thursday from the spectator lot to the downtown events. We really recommend that people park in the spectator lot and not try to park on the city streets in Hayward. They get really congested really quickly. So please check out that bus schedule. Friday, only parking is at Birkie Ridge. Saturday, parking is at Birkie Ridge and at the cable lot to get to your starts. Spectators, after you see your people off at the start, if you want to go and see them, drive to Hayward, park in the spectator lot, and then take the bus to downtown. Yeah,
the spectator lot is definitely the way to go in Hayward. I'm trying to find a spot downtown. Is more and more streets are blocked, and you park over at LWC at the Lumberjack World Championship Bowl area. Get on a bus, you're here in 2 minutes, and it's really, really quite slick. So highly recommend that in downtown.
Can I start after 10 a.m. Wednesday for the open track? Not if you're doing the American Birkebeiner. The timing timers will stop timing at 10 a.m. So 9 to 10 a.m. on Wednesday for the open track for the American Birkebeiner, 11 to 11:45 for the Cordelope, or 11 to 11:30 for the Prince Hoken. And one other thing that I wanted to mention is we will have fluoro testing at this year's American Birkebeiner on Saturday. We are a fluoro-free event. We have been for a number of years as part of US Ski and Snowboard and FIS. We follow those rules. So we will have testing at the finish line this year, and it will be random testing throughout the day. So in the past, we've only tested elite wave skiers. This year, we're going to open it up and test anyone. Yeah. So you could be lucky enough to get your skis tested for fluoros.
Yeah, Al Serrano will be here from US Ski and Snowboard, is one of the certified testers, and the machine that they now use on the World Cup, it actually only takes about 30 seconds. So they're able to process a whole lot more skis throughout the day, and there is no testing at the start. It's only at the finish, and that should go hopefully fairly well.
If you're unable to pick up bib at school, what are the options? Yeah, you can have somebody else pick up your bib. They need to have a copy of your confirmation. It can be a digital copy or a printed copy, a copy of your ID, and a written note that says that they have permission to pick up your bib.
And then you get it. If you don't get it at the school, they have it at the start.
Yep. Another way is to go to the start and pick it up there. Not for the open track. Open track, you have to pick up your bib at the Celebration Zone tent Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. But for the Quarterlopet, American Birkebeiner, and the Prince Hoken, you can pick up your bibs at the start of the events. And this year, you can also pick up your gear bags there if you ordered one of those. For people cheering at the open track starts, can they take the bus back to the spectator lot? Yes, they can. They are just going to want to confirm with the bus driver if there are any more buses coming and if the bus will still be there after the start. So just check with the bus driver before you get on the bus at the spectator lot.
Could end up in Bayfield or something.
You never know. You could get a nice tour. How do I randomly get selected for ski testing? It's just a random choose at the finish line.
You just raise your hand and say, please test my skis. No, it'll be random throughout the day. Obviously, from the Elite Wave and the winners, you'll test the podium and the like. And then just throughout the day, being able to test other skis as they come along. And because, again, now it's become so much quicker and easier to be able to do it versus the old discs that you had to send in and the like. It's just becoming much easier. So, yep. And especially, hopefully not that it matters or should matter, but the weather is going to be quite conducive to not needing fluoros. You shouldn't use them anyways, but it's just not that big of an advantage. So hopefully make sure your skis are ground, they flit well, and it'll go really well.
If I'm using skis that had Fluorowax used on them back when it was allowed, could that still show up in a test?
It could if you haven't cleaned them. They definitely, if you go to US Ski and Snowboard or CXC's website, they can show you through the protocol of cleaning them. Really, it's not more than just waxing them a few times. The things you do need to be careful of are your tools. If you have some of the same tools that you've used with fluoro, brushes, scrapers, those are the things that can actually contaminate the skis. So those are the things you just need to be aware of. So
make sure you clean those. Oftentimes it's just vacuuming them and washing them off. And some of those suggestions are also on the US Ski and Snowboard page. Do you get a prize when you pass the test? Well, you get your skis back.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Everybody will get their skis back. You can get a pair of ski ties on those skis from the 2025 American Birkebeiner, some Solomon ski ties, and a chocolate milk.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That will be your prize.
Don't worry. You will not end up in handcuffs if it doesn't go well. Right. But no, yeah, hopefully everyone, I think, is understanding the rules and why we do it. But yeah. So.
Well, we are really excited to welcome you here this week. Our staff is working hard to prepare things. We're hoping that you have your travel plans all set and you know where you're staying this week. And we're really excited to have a Main Street finish.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. If you have questions, definitely when you get here, there's an information booth. Stop at the expo. Sometimes right now we do have a group of volunteers here helping answer the phones. Mm-hmm. So better to ask a question if you're not sure than be waiting somewhere for a bus that doesn't show up or those sorts of things. So ask early. It makes it way more fun. And we're really looking forward to seeing everybody up here in the Northwoods soon.
Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 10K in at 9 a.m. Damn, another hill again. Skiing with 10,000 friends. Higher, higher. Finish line is now in sight. Got that burning in my thighs. Ice and lashes of my eyes. Good Lord. Here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher. Good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Done. Finished year 2, year 3, year 4. Wanna be a birch legger, gotta ski 20 more. Time to celebrate before I get sore.
Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 1, he comes to 2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver. Got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer. Just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Now winter's coming to a close and the time is almost here. Trying to pick up all my pace as I pack up all my gear. Heading for the North Woods and that Birkie Trail. Tell them Marco Bus, it's a madman's lust, but I'll make it without fail. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver. Got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer. Just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Now that fateful morning has arrived. Here I stand at the starting line. Get her trained enough, is this gonna be tough, or have I lost my mind? If it's your first year or your 10th year, it always starts the same. You wonder if the pleasure's worth all of the pain. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver. Got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer. Just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Double O a few minutes ago, a little tired but I'm feeling fine. Once I get past Rosie's Field, it's a cruise to the finish line. I'm only sorry that this race is run but once a year. Thank the Lord for snow, now I gotta go, last one in buys a beer. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver. Got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer. Just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go.